go. Good morning,
Yep,
everybody.
let's
Good
go.
morning.
I can't see
Get
the
this
viewer.
started, man.
I see everybody's stuff here. Oh, there we go. All right. Good stuff. Hope you guys are ready for another amazing Friday where we take action in our alliance attraction opportunities. And man, there's some opportunities out in the market right now. I'm going to share you something with you that you guys can use in your alliance attractors. I call it my 8 boxes. It's actually super exciting for you guys to know. I actually went over it with my leadership group, and the information I gave them was wrong. It actually even better now than it was just a few days ago when I shared it with my leadership groups. I'm going to share that with you guys today, and using that as conversation starters with your alliance attraction meetings when you guys are doing those. So, who has a great, like, awesome energy story they can share with us? There's something they're working on, something that's worked, a conversation they've had, a list that they've called through, some courage they broke through. So somebody share with me something that you're doing right now to build your organization, to make your dream a reality. Anybody's got something? I know that's a big one to start off with, but if you've got something right now, I'd love to hear about it.
I'll
I'm gonna,
start it off.
go
I'll kick
Listen,
ahead.
it
I,
off.
I'm a
All
part
right.
of Fast Attract, and
Okay.
this is the first week. Today's the third session of the first week, and it's like it's like doing this 3 times a week, right? And you tie that with what they're giving us with Sisu, and it's absolutely amazing. It's kind of woke me back up. Okay, so now I'm paying attention to my my set appointments, my met appointments, my delivery of value to all the people that I've met in the past, and I think I'm up to 2 signs so far this week.
No kidding.
Yep.
That's ridiculous, man. So
Yeah.
what? So tell me. So for those of you guys who don't know, including myself, I wanted to be part of the Fast Track, but I couldn't get on the schedule for this week. What did you guys do this week that kind of woke you back up and got you excited?
So I mean, just honestly, it's a lot of this stuff I feel like I've heard already. It's always great to hear it again, but to be in a community, to have somebody to run with within that community that's kind of going through it at the same time, right? So everybody goes out there, finds running partners, and we're all using Sisu. It's kind of new for everybody, but we're in there, we're putting our numbers in, and it's nice. Okay, just the fact that it's on my radar makes it something that I'm paying attention to. Like we've got stuff for the team that we're doing. We've got listings, we've got deals that we have to tend to, but at the same time, there's this side hustle that makes good money that I want to put some attention to.
Good stuff. All right, Lucy, jump on in.
Good
By the way,
morning.
I don't know if you're ready
Good
to share that
morning.
season, but I'd love to see it. Good, Lucy.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. So I want to kick it off with our last uh adventure, Gil. I took you up on that challenge to get someone on a call with you. It didn't end up the way we expected it. I know you had a little unexpected incident there, but I'm glad you're okay. But I did follow up with the conversation with Gino. Remember Gino? Go-getter Gino is what he calls himself. And I want to bring him on because I know that he's a fire starter. Like I know he's been with me for coming to Winners Wednesdays for I'm gonna say the last 90 days. And I know he could be a fire starter. And I need a fire starter because I can ignite the fire, but my issue is, it's only one of me to keep it. Hold on, that's my Roomba thing over here. Um, so he said he's coming on the first week in July, which is next week, right? So we have to have a conversation on Monday. But here's where I'm stuck. So that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. And I have four
Wait,
other.
wait, wait, wait. Is that because I feel like that went all over the place. Uh, so I did a three-way call. You took the challenge on. Like you
Yes.
said, hey, look, get me on a three-way call. We got on a three-way call. We were having a great call, right? And I was driving the Tesla, and I was at a red light, and a guy hit me from behind during the call. So that's the
Yeah.
part that didn't go well. The call went really, really well. but it
You
got
can't make
into
it up. I know we had to like stop when I heard like what happened. You're like, oh, this guy just hit me
somebody just
from
started.
behind. I'm like, oh my God. So yes,
So so during the challenge, it was quite exciting, but we were having a great conversation, and clearly you had done some work with him, and we're just kind of getting into the next call. So what's happening next week with him?
he says he's coming on. He closed the two deals he was waiting to close. I told him, Gino, listen, you, I mean, he's like, people are so afraid of change. I don't know. I don't know
Give
if
me
it
his
just
phone
happened.
number. I want to text him and congratulate him. By the way.
Okay, I'm gonna give you his
By
phone
the
number
way,
right
you're not crazy enough. That same car yesterday, I'm at a light, and a guy tries to U-turn from a different lane and hits me again. So
now.
that car is, yeah, that happened yesterday. Again, I was on a coaching call with one of my agents and smash. So that car's going bye-bye.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
two
So
hits
I
in
got,
2 weeks is enough for me.
wow. So
it's only
I've had,
been like 2 years you had that car.
Yep.
so here's what we should do. We should all text Gino and say, Gino, we're waiting for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please text me with his information, and I'll be happy
I put
to
it
just.
on the chat. I put it on the chat. He knows we're waiting for him. I told him. So I think he would be I know he'll be a great fire starter. It'll like it'll give me leverage because I've got four other people that I'm working on to bring on. And an exciting thing is I have an office that I'm jumping on today with Josie Baez to strategize on how to get this broker and her 25 agents over. That would be a game changer in my area. Like that would be a game changer. Like nobody in my area has done that. So I need you guys to send me all the good vibes. I don't know, just put me in your
Well, this is
prayers.
already
Do
happening. The universe
something.
already said yes.
Happened.
The universe said yes, I know. I'm just like, oh my goodness. And so you just said something, Vincent, that I was thinking about this morning. I need running partners because you get distracted. And I'm a doer. So I'm doing the Winners Wednesday. We're up to 24 weeks. It's growing. More agents are starting to, stick. But I need a running partner. Like I gotta go deeper with this. So
Have
the
you ever
fast,
That's
seen the
fine. I'll
crazy
run with you.
person dancing?
say that
You ever
again.
seen there's a leadership training about a crazy guy dancing. You ever see that?
Yes, and
Little
yes, and he
dancer? You
starts
just need some
dancing,
people
and
to
then
dance with. That's all.
yes. So that's why Gino's gonna be a good one. I got another guy, Brian. I got two other ladies. I got one that's passing her exam. She wants to come on. She's gonna be my global leader. Uh, so it's happening. But that's my good news report. And then once I get this office, oh my Lord Jesus, it's game on. So
That's
that's
a
my
blessing to share.
let's see, what did
Who else got a blessing they want to share? Um, and I want to take two more blessings, and I want to share with you guys uh, my eight house plans. I'm going to share with you guys that you guys can share with agents and also your clients too. To be very frank with you, and I want to kind of go over like in July. What do winning agent attractors do? And I think I broke it down to like four or five different things that I just want you to have a checklist. Am I doing these five things? Right. And we'll just kind of go over those together and kind of mastermind it together. But I've noticed that there's two or three things, and I kind of want to go over those last two together with you. So who else got a blessing they want to share? Don't make me pick on you. I know some blessings out there. Let's see. Anybody else here with us? It's a quiet day in Alliance
everybody's so
Land.
quiet?
All right,
Yep,
well,
it's
I'll
your day.
say it. I try to
Go
hold
ahead.
back on my wins. Yeah, so there's a boutique brokerage in an area where I really wanted to live in Manhasset, New York. And I've been giving it's a small boutique, I think it's three agents, and I've been offering them my leads because I really don't work with buyers. And I think it got to the attention of the broker. And they took us, why are you giving my agents leads? And I was like, look, because I don't work with sell buyers. I have enough listings and I like sharing it with potential good agents. And I've closed one or two deals. Now the broker saying, Chris, would you consider joining us? I'm like, how about you join me? And I could give you more leads and build a better relationship. I send her the video and I'm meeting them on Monday for coffee about joining EXP. Just a mild coffee explanation. I want to share the video again, standing with them. And after that, definitely going to try to do a three-way with Vincent and then Jay Kinder. But it was just giving leads. I mean, just giving buyer leads to agents who aren't getting it from their mentors or their brokers.
All right. So I hear what you're saying, and you're basically using the Gary V principle: give value, get something in return. That's that jab, jab, punch. Love it. I think that anytime you can do that, you're going to be able to at least get attention, right? And I think attention and attraction are go hand in hand, right? When you can actually give somebody some value, when you can actually create value in a way that's either one-to-one or in a group session, you start building a little bit of goodwill that allows you to kind of pave the way to growing a relationship that will eventually, most likely, bring them to say, you know what, I want more of this. How do I get even more proximity with you? And obviously, that's the question that we live as attractors to kind of fulfill, right? So I noticed there's a few things that people who are actively agent attraction, not people that are interested, right? I think that there's people that are like, oh man, this would be awesome to build an agent attraction, and they somehow think it's going to happen by accident. But there's a few things that I say, you know what? If they're doing these three things, and we're probably going to add two more together, if they're doing these three things, they're almost always agent attracting. And the first one you already heard today, and I'm going to ask anybody to see if they can guess it because Lucy actually said what she did, and this one thing led to her bringing somebody on. And if you remember, the week before, she had zero, right? So what was the one thing that she did that actually brought herself into a situation to be able to say, hey, this person's coming on board this week? What was it? Kenny, Dee, Maria, Faya, Angie, light up. Let me see your cameras. I don't care if you got your wig on, if you just came out of the gym. I don't care if you're sleepy eyed. Open it up. I want to see who you are. Arturo, jump on. Ina, let's go. Put your stuff on. Come on, Lisa, get on the camera. I think that if you understand this one thing, then you know exactly what to do right after this meeting. And it'll probably take you just a few seconds. All it'll take you. But what did Lucy do that changed her from being over here where she wishes she could get somebody to join to having someone joining? What was the one thing? Arturo, did you hear
Introduce.
huh? What was it that she did?
Introduce.
It
She
wasn't introduced.
introduced somebody to
But
you.
okay. She
The
did a three-way
three-way
call.
call.
That's probably the most powerful thing you can do as an agent attractor. I actually have a 11 a.m. cancellation today. So if
I'll
somebody
take
else
it.
wants
I'll
to do
take
a
it.
three-way
I'll take
call,
it. I'll take it.
I'll tell you
I'm
what, I'll
taking
do
it right
11 and 11:30, okay? Because I want somebody else to get stopped at this, all right? So I'm gonna do it 11 and 11:30, three-way call opening. 11, first off, you got to ask the person. You can't just say you take it. You got to get somebody who's on board, right? But the reality is
now.
the
I'm texting them
three-way
right
call,
now.
when you get them confirmed and you get an appointment, let me know. When you set up a three-way call, it creates a portal in the world, in the universe that says, I'm attracting, right? I'm taking action. I want you guys to measure yourself in July by how many three-way calls you do. That's the first thing. What would be a second thing? If you had to guess, what would you think the second thing all attractors do on a weekly basis to be able to get great results?
Invite.
Invite them to events, right? What do you got going on this week? What could you invite somebody to? What are you doing this week? What's on your calendar? Hey man, what are you doing? Hey, are you going to that one thing? Right? At your local board, somebody's presenting something, something's on a webinar, right? Are you interested? By the way, Vincent, we've got a business master. You're going to see me posted on my social. We're doing a group Zoom for business mastery. We're kind of wrapping up the system right now, but we're going to do kind of an open Zoom type of deal where people can jump on that. So if they're committed and interested into it, I'll put it up there. There'll be a small cost for it, but we're kind of sharing it all together as one group. But it's coming up in August. If you've never done business mastery,
Wow,
Tony Robbins is going to be awesome. So what do you
that's
think
great.
that second thing is? So we got the three-way call, we got inviting people. What do you think that third thing is? And by the way, Lucy also did this. She may not even remember what she did in that, but she mentioned it inside of her conversation there.
Followed up.
Include.
Well, I mean, follow up. I hope that you're doing that. If you do a three-way call, if you're doing fast, I mean, if you
Edify.
she edifies all the time. I mean, that's something she does. So besides the three-way call, she got the state director involved.
Mm.
You guys have actually talked to your state director, right? Who's actually employed, their actual job is to help you get agents to join EXP. Like, even if you have just a conversation with them and say, hey, you know what? I'm bringing somebody in from Coldwell Banker, bringing somebody in from Douglas Elliman, bringing somebody in from like, it's like, what could you tell me to help me strategize with the person? Well, you should probably know this. You probably should know that. I was like, get them on a call with them. I'll be happy to help. Like, get them involved in your agent attraction. Employ them to help you with your agent attraction. But what else do you do? If you had to audit something else, what else would you say you gotta have? How would you know if you know? How would you know for sure that you're moving forward in your attraction skills? Rather than saying, hey, I want to do this, like, what are you doing?
For your list.
You working your list? Absolutely. That was on my list. What else?
But,
I
keep
think a big part of it
KPIs.
is tracking.
Tracking. Well, that's a new thing now. Actually, to be very frank with you, I haven't been doing a great job of tracking. But I'm super excited with the whole Fast Track with Sisu to see how you guys are tracking it in there and get excited myself on tracking that as well. I got to tell you, I've been kind of doing kind of like almost like my old school, like literally just writing stuff on wall boards and notes, and I'm all over the place. And I'm looking forward to kind of getting into Sisu and kind of having all my stuff inside there and kind of setting myself up the same way I would do with lead generation, right? Where I would have my leads in there, I got my hot list, and I'm going to go through and follow up and set up reminders and things like that. So I'm really excited about having that new system to help me with my agent attraction. So, Vincent, do you have your Sisu? Could you pop it up? Is it set up yet, or is it
I
not?
have. It's 1 week in, and I just started filling it out yesterday. Uh, and I'm actually still trying to figure out how to navigate it.
Okay, all right. So we can show
So
it next week.
I mean, it's
You
super
pop it up.
simple. That's
All
what
right.
I like. So let me share this sucker.
Hey, Gil, really quick before he shares it, I did fast cap and I tried signing up for Sisu multiple times and I never got like a response or like who can I talk to about getting Sisu?
Well, he did it through Fast Attract, and Fast Cap should have happened already. I'll text you somebody that should be able to help you.
Okay.
Yeah, you could go on Sisu, and I think there's a way for us to sign up through
I
through
tried
like
that.
a
Yeah.
surprise password. But jump into the world; they'll help you.
Okay.
You
Right.
can't
So
log in.
all it is I have this in one of my 35 tabs that I have open, and every time I do something attraction, I come here and I'm like, oh yeah, I just met somebody. All right. Who did I meet? I have all these people that I put in. This is just this week, right? So one of these people, I'm like, all right, I met with them. Which day did I meet with them? I met with them yesterday. Save it, and then it's in my thing. That's it. It's just super simple. That's the recording part of it. So it doesn't make it too complicated. If I had a conversation, if I grew my list, if I had a new connection, if I followed up with value, if I extended an invitation, or if I attracted somebody, I'll pop them in there, and then I'll be able to see my snapshot,
So you got
right?
three
And
appointments in your system from this 1 week already.
yeah,
Good stuff. So we want to get out of the
right.
zeros there for sure.
Oh yeah, so I just some of these I didn't put in. I'm trying to make it a habit because this is my schedule, man. And I've got attraction in there, I've got agent stuff in there, I've got team stuff in there, and it's nonstop. But what it's helping me do is it's helping me focus. right? It's helping me see the results on that one side of the business. So I'm excited about it, and I'm going to be able to see how everybody else is doing. So that's going to motivate me.
So that's the leaderboard. Is that from
Yeah.
your
So these
group?
guys are these guys are doing it,
Get your
right?
ass kicked, dude.
Appointments met. Hey, I just started filling this thing out, Gil. You know,
Next week, I expect to see a better look on there, man. Like we gotta get that up.
I'll
That is
get up
awesome.
there.
I like the fact that you get to compete with your class.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. This thing's going to be fun. All right. And they've got some really cool tools. So get into the next class. This one's full, but just register for the next class and just get yourself ready for it.
That's awesome. Good stuff. Guys, you're gonna know in July if you're doing activities that are actually going to lead you to getting the results you want. Like you got to measure yourself by this next hour and say, hey, I'm going to set an appointment. I'm just going to set it. I don't know what's going to come from it, but I'm going to move this out a little further. You know, like I think when you're dreaming, you just take a fishing pole, you take your fishing hook and you put it in the water. And when you're actually looking to take action, you put bait on there. You think about where you're going to put that hook, right? Like this can't be something that you let July go by with zero results. What are you going to hold yourself accountable for? I'm super excited about July. I haven't been this excited about the real estate market in quite a while, to be very frank. It's been tough for a lot of guys, right? But this next month, this next few months, I could say, I'm going to show you exactly why I'm super excited. So I went through and I started doing some deep research, and I'm going to kind of share this with you guys in pieces, but um, it it kind of startled me what I found in my market. So I went through and I started looking at all the solds in my market, and I started going 90 days, 120 days, 30 days, single family condos, started going in there. I started looking for market trends. And I found a market trend I did not expect to find. See, there was 1,500 single family homes and 200 condos that sold in my market in the last 30 days within 20 miles of our market area, which is a pretty big market area. And what I found was affluent buyers were buying more homes than I had seen in 2 years. For the very first time in a very long time, we had 10% of our market sales were over $1 million. Now, in our market, that's particularly odd to see 10% of the homes that sold in the market were over $1 million, right? So you got to kind of figure out what the ratio is in your market. Well, but what does that tell you? If the market was going bad, would affluent buyers be scooping up a bunch of properties? No. In fact, many people know, hey, listen, if Warren Buffett's doing this, I should probably pay attention. Affluent buyers in my market are all of a sudden scooping up properties. We sold just a month before that, and on average, about 20 to $30 million homes. Like we don't have a ton of $1 million homes being sold. So why this big blip? Why this 4 times the number all of a sudden? What do they know that we don't know? So that's the first part. Then I started seeing some more information. I started digging deep in my numbers, right? So uh, we had a $152 million home sell, and some of the highest price homes we sold. We had one for like $10 million was on the market. It ended up selling, um, and it was like, man, there's something going on here. And I started thinking about market cycles, and I thought to myself, what's happening right now? Well, we all kind of know what's going on, but we kind of know what's been going on, right? So we had everything, everybody was super excited. And these are like, imagine these are actually houses, right? So on this side, we're going to put prices and we got percentages over here. And this is something you just draw this out on a piece of paper. Like, because I'm going to do this right in front of you guys. And you're like, dude, that's too simple. And this is a way you can sit down with a client or an agent and just talk about what's happening in the marketplace. And here's what I noticed. In a bull market, when everybody's super excited, when houses are selling ridiculously, like you're bidding on properties just for a chance, they're sight unseen, right? Prices are going up so fast, right? They're going up so fast, like we're competing for pricing and interest rates are low. So houses are affordable and sellers can get out of their houses quickly and get into another property because it's a bull market, right? Houses are going up and prices are going down. Well, we all kind of know the market we've been in for a while. It's called a bear market, right? Well, what happens in a bear market? Well, interest rates go up and house prices start to go down. We start seeing price reductions. We see expireds. In fact, Redex just announced that 1 in 5 listings that go on the market right now nationwide expire, right? But in the last 30 days, we've seen a dramatic reduction in properties expiring. So here's what's happening right now in our market. Well, interest rates really haven't been going up or down for a while. They're just kind of going sideways, right? Like the lender calls and says, hey, the rates went up, went down, really hasn't been anything. So I just put a little sideways mark there. And prices, well, it looks like things are starting to stabilize. It is what it is. We got a little sideways action there. So what do we got really happening in this marketplace right now? We kind of have this next cycle happening. So we're definitely not in this market, right? That bull market there, and we're definitely not in this market here. We're kind of this market just kind of sideways, the in-between market. But something happened also recently, and it changed my entire narrative of what's happening in the marketplace, right? We're not sideways anymore. For the very first time, the Fed, and there's tons of companies, you can go Google this. There's plenty of companies that will bet on what's happening in the marketplace and whether interest rates are going up and down. And for the very, very, very first time in 18 months, there was a 50% chance that rates are going to go up. And when I told my team, it was actually a 62%. And a couple of days ago, it was 77%. And what you need to know is that the markets are betting right now 100%. You can look it up on Yahoo Finance. Like they're 100% chance of a Fed rate cut in September. This has all happened in the last few weeks. Like it went from 60% when I first noticed it, 72% when I noticed it, and 100% the same article today. But what happens? Let's just update this together. Ready? Watch what I'm about to do. So here's what's happening. Interest rates are going down. What happens in this box? House prices go up, right? Well, doesn't that look like this market right here we were all excited about? That bull market? And doesn't this just look like it's just a cycle that we're about to go through? There's this opportunity in the marketplace. And what I would ask my consumer or my friend or whatever, I would say, so now that we have a 100% chance that the Fed is going to cut the rate, and that's going to trickle into the mortgage, and that goes down, what goes here? I always make them guess this one. Like, well, house prices go up. Well, if we know that's happening, if I'm talking to a client, when do you want to buy? Before the prices go up or after? There's two questions. The first question I'm going to ask you is, hey, what happens after interest rates go down? I make them answer the question. And the second question I'm going to ask every single client is, oh, when do you want to buy? Before or after? Do you want to wait for prices to go up? Because see, when you ask them that question, when you go through and you educate them, and I'm a big believer in the fact that the greatest agents educate their clients. When you go through that process with them and you let them kind of come to their own conclusion, they buy into it. And then you can ask them the next questions. Well, how do you want to take advantage of this? Being an astute buyer like yourself, right? Now that you know the market, you understand the market, right? Well, how do you want to tackle this? See, an investor, there's two types of investors: an investor who's educated and an investor that gambles. I'm an investor that educates myself. I make sure they understand what's happening in the marketplace. I buy in the path of progress. I have a proven, repeatable system to making good investments. Not that I'll ever won't make a bad one, but the reality is it's like I try to put myself in a position to have enough information to be able to make great investments. When I see affluent buyers making their move before it becomes popular on the news, I see it. I watch the stock market every single day. Why are builder stocks going up all of a sudden? Why? Go look up all the builders right now. Why are they going up? Heck, I was in a small builder a couple of days ago, Dream Finders, in my market. Their stock went up 9%. What the hell is going on in the last 30 days? What's going on? There's people who know things and there are people who don't know things. You have to be a student of the market. You have to be able to use that to be able to attract other people, their attention, right? When you sit down with an agent and you show them, hey, how's the market? Well, here's what I see. Here's what I see what's happening in the market. Here's a bull market. Here's a bear market. Here's where we are right now. But for the very first time, the Fed's making a decision with and they're betting high that the rates are going to drop. What will you do? Well, here's what I'm doing right now. Right now in July, I'm taking inventory. I'm taking inventory of every agent that I've ever talked to, ever, that I've ever been interested, my entire list, top to bottom. And my goal is to go eyeball to eyeball with my entire list in 1 month. Now, that's a tough one for me. I've got 100 some odd people on my list. Now, I said eyeball to eyeball. It doesn't mean I'm buying them lunch. It doesn't mean I'm having coffee with them, although I probably could have coffee with 100 people. But I'm going to get eyeball to eyeball. Some of them I'm going to do together. Hey, man, let's get together. Hey, I got a few agents we're going to get together and talk about the market. I want to share you something with you. My 8 houses. So I'll take 4 or 5 of them. Hey, man, we're doing a quick little mastermind over in Winter Garden. I want to share something with you. Hey, do you mind if I invite some other agents? And by the way, it was Michael Collier that kind of showed me. I was going to a meeting with me and Bobby. We have our quarterly business meetings at the Ritz-Carlton. Reason why we have it at the Ritz-Carlton is they have free valet parking if you get a meal there. So it's our way of having a fancy business meeting at the Ritz-Carlton and just have lunch paid for it. And sure as shit, Michael Collier's there with like 12, 15 people. And he's got our insurance person and one of our lenders, and he's got 10, 12 agents sitting there. And all he did was a little meetup. Say, hey, man, let's go talk about the markets, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, this guy's taking action. I freaking love it. 10, 12 agents just talked about the market. And I didn't get to listen to what they were saying, but the action there was undeniable. So I'd ask you guys to take this challenge. We're a few days away from July. Can you get eyeball to eyeball with your entire list? Could you do it if everything was on the line? Of course you could. But it's going to take a commitment. It's not going to be easy. A lot of you guys are going to go through your list and you're going to pick the ones you like the most first. So here's what I'm going to do. Work your list backwards. Work your list backwards from the people that you probably have the least touch connection with and set your appointments from there. Hey, man, we're doing a mastermind over in Manhattan. We got, a few baller agents are going to get together. And we're going to talk about the markets. We're going to share about what's happening in the marketplace. It's super exciting, man. Can you make it on Thursday? Hey, we're going to be over in Fort Myers. We're doing a little meetup. Like, hey, man, just go one by one. And then start bringing people. I used to do this back in the foreclosure days. Every time I did a showing, I'd set up 2 investors for every showing. Just in case one of them didn't show up. And also because, I wanted to double my chances. Never do a showing for an investment property with one client. No, never do that. They're not that loyal to you anyway. So always have 2 or 3. Hey, it's actually a hot property. I'm actually showing this property to 2 other investors. So you're the first one here. It's like, so if you go inside, let's get the offer done. We got to double our efforts, triple our efforts if we're looking for a better result. July is going to be a pivotal month. I can tell you right now, if you're doing those things we talked about, the 3-way calls, if you're inviting people to stuff, if you're talking to your state director, if you're working your list, this could be a double-digit month for you in agent attraction. Some of you guys on your call will recruit over 10 people frontline in your organization, because what's going to happen is one domino is going to move to the next domino. It's going to move to the next domino, and you're going to start getting momentum. You're no longer going to be dancing in a field by yourself like Lucy, which, by the way, Lucy has a pretty good organization, so she's never been dancing by herself. It's just what she thinks, right? But you're all of a sudden going to be attracting people to dance with you because energy creates energy. So the eyeball challenge is get through your entire list face to face. Make it a point to meet with your people. Not all of them are going to be recruited next month, but you're going to move that ball forward. And have something to talk about. Be excited about what's happening in the marketplace. I'm excited about what's happening in the marketplace. I'm actually shifting my business plan right now, and because of what I'm seeing, what's happening in the marketplace. My business plan is changing. It has to change. I'm about to hit a super cycle in the marketplace. I'm super excited about what's happening. I'm changing my platform. I'm changing my lead generation system. I'm changing my AI. All of it's happening right now because of what's happening in the marketplace. I'm ready. I'm ready to take advantage. Go ahead. I got
We
Lucy,
are
Juan,
confirmed.
go ahead.
We're confirmed with Brian Perez at 11.
11 a.m.'s gone. Good stuff. Juan, go ahead.
Good morning. Good morning, Gil.
Morning. Go
Uh,
ahead.
I'm glad to announce that today I became an Icon agent, guys. So
Yeah, good job, man.
yeah,
Nice
Good
work.
stuff.
so happy
Congratulations.
to have you like that. And yeah, Gil, you're gonna be getting now the three-way calls from me. Now my next thing, this is what I want to create value for myself. So now is the next thing. Now is gonna be the agent attraction. You're gonna be getting calls from me, Vincent. You're gonna be getting calls, Gil. Most
11:30, Gil is free. Fill it up.
Well, you're gonna get calls now, not 11:30, but every day from me. Now my thing is to build this thing big. Like there was always a dream since I saw this model, the EXP model from the beginning. And my goal was to create value for myself first, to go tell everyone else it's possible to do this thing. So now that I became an agent 3 years in a row, I tried to become an agent, icon agent. I cop every year, and this year I got it just on time. It's going to expire this month, so I'm so happy, so blessed, man, that thanks to a lot of people, some people here in the call, a lot of people that were around me that they made possible to become an icon, man. This was my goal, to 3 years in a row, and I reached it today. I feel so happy, man. You don't know how happy I am. I couldn't sleep the last couple of weeks trying to get it done. So yeah, I'm gonna celebrate with my partners, my business partners, my friends, my family, and this is huge for me, guys. I don't know about you guys, Icon every year, or some of you, but for me, this has been like, this is it.
Dude,
This
I
is it.
love hearing your story, Swan. Like, I love the story of you using your rev share check to go see your son in Hawaii and spending that time with them, building your organization, building your business. When I remember when you first started with us, it seems like it's longer than 3 years. I feel like I probably would have said it was 5 years. It just feels like, we've had a lot of time to enjoy your company. But you're definitely, to me, the image of what's possible when you just put yourself in a position to just say, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just going to do it, right? And you went from a person who was capping to a person that icons to a person that's agent attracting, person who's actually taking trips all around the world, taking advantage of your rev share. And like, man, you every time you talk, man, you get to, in fact, you know what? I want you to run the show. I want you on this call. You and Lucy do best energy ever.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
that's
guys.
what happens. That's what happens. You can't I can tell you, like, one of the secrets of life, man, the more blessings and love you give to other people, the more that's coming to you. Sometimes you're gonna get knocked in the mouth a few times, but you can't let that happen, right? Like, I literally was in a car accident yesterday. Like, the car's gone. Bye-bye. Like, a new opportunity will come for me. Like, I'm super excited about you guys. I'm super excited about next month and how many activities and appointments. And I'm super excited about Vincent Koo showing us his leaderboard and being on top of the leaderboard next week. I'm super excited about that because he's not going to let us down, right? I'm super excited about all the energy that we have as a group together, right? We decide to be here every Friday, we alone, and we get here and we share stories and we take action. And this next 45 minutes, I hope you do. I hope you take some action. I hope you take. I got 11:30 appointment available. Right? Nobody's taken that yet. Ben, you haven't taken that yet. Like, it's sitting there waiting for you guys. I'm ready. You ready? If not, I'll set my own appointment for my own person. I guarantee you, I can fill an 11:30 appointment for myself.
Yeah,
I
I'm
want to help.
gonna take it because
Don't tell
yesterday
me you're
I
gonna take
were
it. I want a name.
no. It's the one that we canceled yesterday because you're getting to the accident. You were about to get
So
into my
11:30.
call.
Confirm it. It's
Yeah,
yours. All right.
got it.
Actually, let's Narda, just to make sure I have enough time for Lucy's. Let's set it for 11:45, and I'll do yours at 11:45.
Okay.
Perfect,
Mine is
guys.
15 minutes, Gil. Don't worry. Mine's a
Yeah, and by the way, you can always go to threewaycall.com and set up with Jay. Like, every leader in the organization would love to be able to assist. Your state directors, there's a website. You go to exptoolkit.com/growth, and there's actually a three-way on demand right there. Like if Gil Ramos and Vincent Q and Bobby and everybody else was busy, you can go on there and there's always someone there to do a three-way with you. Go to exptoolkit.com/growth, slide to the bottom, and there's a three-way room.
I think it's called explorerroom.com.
Oh, there's a direct site.
Yeah.
Even better.
Hey, Gil, I have an idea. How
Go
about
ahead.
July 30th? Gil Ramos at Winners Wednesday will fill that room up for you and you bring your fire.
That is definitely a Lisi coordination. So
I know. Lisi's on here. That's why I'm saying it. I know.
Yeah. I don't. I get in trouble for committing my calendar without going through her. So.
I know.
All right, guys, let's go make this next 45 minutes. 45 minutes we can be proud of. Make the call. Don't get off this call and be like, "Oh man, that was interesting. That was awesome." Do one action. Send a text message. Build momentum to do another one. Do another one. Don't let yourself go pee. I say that every single week. There's a fake pee inside you right now. Don't do it. It's fake. You'll survive. Don't drink water. Don't leave your seat. Make a phone call. Make a text message. Video mail somebody. But take action. All right, guys. I love you guys. Talk to you guys soon.
Take care, everyone.
Take care. Be well.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Take action. Let's go.
Okay, bye,
Let's
guys.
go. Get to work.